Welcome back, and this will just be a brief introduction to looking at how we work with the assets in the game. And this will be where I really start to go through a kind of pipeline process, so especially from the point of view of working as a solo developer, where you may be making the 3D models, the textures, and programming the content yourself. This is quite often how I would approach things in the order that I would do them. The only difference being is that I've provided some content for the course, which is readily available for you to use now. And what I'll do is I'm going to show you how to get that into the engine first of all, just so we can use the Unreal Engine a bit more before segueing into how to make some of the content and how the assets work. So that will be the first thing we do. We'll be importing the content from a local drive, so hopefully you've downloaded the models, the textures, the sound, and everything else I've provided for you, and you have that ready somewhere. And we'll just be importing it into the engine from the folder that you've stored it in. Next, we'll be migrating the content from another project, the project obviously being the content examples we've mentioned. This will allow us to learn how to pull assets from another project that may have something you want in it in Unreal 4 and get it to work properly in the project you're currently working on. Then we'll be taking a look at Blender, which is a 3D modeling program, the program that I've used to model the assets which I've provided for this course. Now I definitely won't be giving any modeling tutorials as such. This isn't what this course is for. I will be going into some things like UV mapping because it's going to be important to understand how they're working, and also if you can do that quite simply by yourself, it means that you can reuse some of the assets I've given you and change the way they look in the game. So it gives you a little bit of an option for some customization as you go through as well. And then finally we'll be looking at the 2D side of things, and again for this I've used Photoshop, so that's what I'll be demoing. But like with Blender, I won't be providing any actual artistic or texturing tutorials as such. I'm just going to be running through how I've done things, and again showing you some ways that you can adapt the artwork I give you to make your game look slightly more unique, or change things without bringing in a complete set of your own assets if that's not something you have access to. And then by the end of this section you should be able to freely bring things in and extract things from the project, and you should have a good working idea of how assets are created, what type of things you need to look out for when you're making your own assets or being given them by an artist, and how to incorporate those into the Unreal Engine. I look forward to going through this with you, and I will see you in the next lecture.